Martin from the Philippines. We're here in Real Talk Lifeline. And in this live, this one is called If You Don't Do This, You Can Die. So if you stay till the end, I have a surprise invitation for you. So you can look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go right into this live. If you don't do this, you can die. So I have an iPad out here. So let's do something different. Let's make this fun. Martin, what are we going to talk about tonight? All right. So we are going to be talking about one of everyone's favorite topics, which is, you see it already? So you saw the word love, but I will add something. So it's called love languages. So if you don't get love, can you die? So short answer, yes, but I will dive a little deeper. Why? So how many of you have ever heard of this term, the love languages? Now you can type below, people watching the live or the replay. This is actually a book, and this is by Dr. Gary Chapman, and there are 5 love languages. So you could type down below if you know some of them already. And top of mind, out of the 5 love languages, I'll write one over here already. So one is acts of service. Next one, people watching the live or the replay, feel free to comment down below. After acts of service, there's also this one. So below it, service, acts of service is gifts. Now, what I learned from one of my life coaches is gifts can also mean, so here in the Philippines, that's our Philippine peso sign, it can also mean money. Why am I putting that off? I thought gifts was like one of my lowest love languages. And then the moment someone says, well, do you want money or Gcash nowadays? Everyone says yes. So that could be your love language also. So after acts of service, gifts, what's another one? So let me put one here in the middle. So there's physical touch actually when you look at the 5 love languages of Dr. Gary Chapman. So there are two more love languages. If you can guess, comment down below. People watching the live or the replay, there are 2 more. So the next one would be, if you want to guess, it is, okay, I'm using yellow, but there you go. There's a contrast. So that's quality time. Quality time. And the last one would be over here, if you guessed it, words of affirmation. So let me tilt this there so you see time also. So words of affirmation. So out of the 5 love languages, people watching the live or the replay, my question for you is, which among these 5 love languages, when it comes to love, this is the one that you express the most, the best, automatic? When it comes to love, you're known for this. For example, I could have an office mate, a colleague, and his love language, the way he expresses himself, is through acts of service. So he loves helping people, uh, making an effort, you know, driving for people, you know, doing tasks. So acts of service. The way that this person expresses his love. For you, I'm curious, comment down below, people watching the live or the replay, what is your love language that you love the most or you express the most? So while you're typing that, I'm just gonna put something over here. So while I'm doing these love languages over here, I will share with you something that I discovered. So when I first learned this in 2019, in one of the life coaching seminars I attended, I had a breakthrough. So the breakthrough I got was this one. Oopsie. All right. Let me move up. There we go. All right. So the love language that we express the most, this is also known as our love language of giving. So I'm curious which one of the love languages for you, you can comment down below, people watching the live or the replay, which love language is the one that you express the most or express the best? Well, you feel like you give your love the most. So for me, my love language was or is actually, there you go, acts of service. That's the one I express the most. So yours could be gifts or money, because you love giving. Every time you travel, you always have pasalubong, you always have gifts for someone, or is it physical touch? You like giving it? Do you like giving your time, quality time? Do you like giving words of affirmation? So my mentor, Coach Bam, his love language of giving was words, undoubtedly, and I felt that. Now, my breakthrough was if there's a love language of giving, then there's a love language of, you guessed it, receiving. So, love language of receiving over here. So, I'm curious for you people watching the live or the replay, you have a love language of you express, you give. Now, when it comes to receiving, is it the same love language for you? In my case, let's say if I love giving acts of service, what's the love language that you love receiving, that you appreciate the most when you receive? So while you're typing there, people watching the live, good evening, Matt. See your comment. Thank you for the support. So I'm curious. I'm curious. Again, what if you have a love language of giving, and you can comment it down, people watching the live or the replay. What is your love language of receiving? So I'm curious. Some of you, it might be the same. For some of you, maybe it's different. So my love language of receiving is that. So it's touch. So my breakthrough was it can be different. I thought if you have one love language, that's it. Like if it's service like that. So my discovery was it can be different actually. So I love giving acts of service. I love receiving physical touch from the right person. So that can also be true for you. You could be very selective. Some people may think that person doesn't like getting touched, and that's true. But when you do get touched by the right person, it feels like heaven or it feels like oxygen, which leads to this. Out of the five love languages, some people might ask, what's the best one? Is there a best one? And I've heard multiple answers. I'm curious to hear yours as well. Comment down below, people watching the live or the replay. Is there one best love language? Right? Is there none? Or maybe you have a different answer. So some of the answers I've heard from these life coaching seminars I attended were, I heard from this girl, she said it's quality time or time. Why? Because when you do that, you're actually giving all already. So then I heard another answer from another person, and I believe he said the best love language is actually giving all. So that's another one. Now, before I end this live, There is one love language that I learned that if you do not receive it, you can die. So this leads to the title of this live. If you don't do this, you can die. So can you guess, people watching the live or the replay? So if you guess the love language over here in red, there you go, physical touch, then you got it right. So if you do not get this love language, physical touch, you can literally die. What does that mean? So I learned this again from my training, from my life coaching and the seminars. There's a medical term actually for this. It's called failure to thrive syndrome. So let's go back, right? Let's go way back. As a baby, a newborn baby, when a baby is born, one of the most important things is the touch of a mother, the touch of the the nurse, the midwife, right, assisting in the birth. So failure to thrive syndrome, if you look this up, you'll see what a normal baby looks like. And then in failure to thrive syndrome, you'll see how that baby looks like. And it looks kind of disturbing, like the baby is malnourished or like dying. So the baby or that person will not develop properly, in other words, when it has failure to thrive syndrome, and it can lead to death. So, this is why the title is If You Don't Do This, You Can Die. So, what do we do then, right? Physical touch. There is a way to actually properly give physical touch. And if you actually, we cross paths or you're curious, we have an upcoming event actually this November. I'll be happy to show you that. More importantly, for some, this is going to be a men's retreat also. So I just want to emphasize, as a man growing up, I never learned this until recent years. For some, it can also be a lesson on how to receive touch. Because my background, very quick, I grew up when I went to school, grade school, it was an all boys school, high school, all boys school. And then it's only in college where like I was, introduced to co-ed, so like girls also, etc. So I never really learned this growing up. So physical touch, giving it the right way, and for others, maybe even more important is how to receive it the right way as well. So why? Why is this important? By the way, it's also a human need. So before I end this live, I'll just share my screen real quick. And what I want to share with you guys is it's an invitation, an upcoming event. So let me share my screen very quickly here. It's public here in my profile. You can check it out. By the way, sharing a quick win. I just had my first workshop, so Emotional Alchemy, last October 19. So you could check it out over here in my life events last October 19. Clips, also feedback from the the actual attendees. So you can just pause the screen. Let me there make some space for you guys over here. You can just pause the video or again check it out on my profile if ever. So I got really good feedback from this, my very first workshop, a milestone for me. I'm very happy. So out of the 3 participants here who gave feedback, I feel blessed. They were very positive. I'm very grateful for this. So thank you for this. So what I want to share with you guys is this. Our upcoming event, this is going to be a first. So I'm going to share over here this. Let me check if it's playing. Yep, it is. So this is our upcoming men's retreat. So we want to make something related to the video, right? This live I'm making right now, something for the men. Why? Let me pause for a bit. I noticed that a lot of men, they don't get to talk about these topics like what I shared just now. More so talk about physical touch in the form of a connected hug, or maybe even just learning how to receive it properly, right? So this one is something first, like we're coming up. So it's a men's retreat, Saturday, Sunday. This is gonna be in Cavite. People in Manila, very accessible. There's gonna be there's Coach Mark. So he's my ice bath teacher. You're gonna have a lot of fun with him. Yeah, really good vibes, very cheerful, keep things light, and he's also known for resilience. So that's actually his handle. You can find him at Resilience with Mark in Instagram. So we're also collaborating with Coach Spider, really cool guy, former basketball player. So some of you may look up to him as like a big brother. Really cool, really chill guy also. So added to the mix. Of course, there's me. So let me take a pause here. People are watching and saying, "What's this men's retreat? What is this bullshit? Fuck this. I'm gonna go there with a group of guys." Well, anger, guilt, abuse, shame. Nice guy, if you ever called that a doormat. Maybe you feel stuck, lost in life, failure, depression, anxiety, trauma, or you feel like no one to talk to, then I'm all game for that. I can do that all day. So that's also part of this event coming up. So there's going to be a circle. We're going to have workshops there. We're going to be doing fun stuff, the ice bath. You let me stop this one, the sharing already, and go back to me. Oopsie. So stop the sharing, back to me. So yeah, we're going to be having other fun activities over there. But from that last slide that you saw, if you want to go deep, maybe you're going through a really hard time in life, right? A bad breakup, uh, feeling lost in your career, maybe just you're seeking answers, you feel lost in life, you feel stuck, right? Then I invite you to come and join us. Why? Having a group of people, maybe another guy, another person who also has been through what you are going through, that saved my life. So I only got that in high level seminars in the recent years of my life, like a Tony Robbins seminar, or I was doing deep inner work like that. So if any of these resonates with you and you're just looking for an answer, right? You're looking for a lifeline. You're looking for a support group, a community, or some people who get it, then I highly recommend to sign up for that. If you just want to do some fun stuff like the ice bath, again, you will go through proper training as well. All of these are like life skills or tools that you can use after that experience. So that's what we want to share with you. So I'll leave some details in the description of this live, of this video, links that you can follow if you are interested. And I want to end with that one. Again, if you don't do this, you can die. So what's the topic? I'll go back to it, right? It's about love, the love languages, and in particular, one, if you were paying attention, right? And there is a way to find it. There is a way to learn how to receive it. Why? Because it's a human need also. Thank you. I love you. And we'll see you next time.